Dude, there aren't any good games on Roblox anymore. I just wish we had old Roblox again!
I know, right? What good games are even on here anymore? We got TSB, Doors.
Wait, hold on. What's that? Oh no!
I hate it when people only think like this. Because they say all of that, and then you look at what they play, and it's just the strongest battlegrounds, JJS, and Blox Fruits. Like, this platform has thousands of actually enjoyable games. If you just take the 3 of them, of course you're gonna get bored. Now, I hate the pay-to-win simulator with an AI thumbnail as much as the next guy, but a lot of people just don't look for the actually good games. And after seeing Neclo's video on actually good Roblox games, I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring and show you the ones I've uncovered after searching through this sea of garbage that is the Discover page. Starting with a pretty popular one, let me introduce you to Spin Down. It's basically a mix of Breaking Point and Buckshot Roulette. You all sit around a table and the dealer loads a mix of up to 6 live and blank rounds in a revolver. Every other turn starting from the first one, you can also draw a card. These cards could do anything from skipping your enemy's turn to completely eviscerating the next person you shoot. If you press risk, the dealer will shoot you, and if it's a blank, you get your turn back to either draw more cards, or just increase the probability of your next bullet being live. If you press shoot, you can obviously, well, shoot someone, and the gun will be passed to the next person. Last person alive wins. Although the gun does 50 damage by default, you can reduce or increase the gun's damage with different cards. This game is really fun, and kind of infuriating too with friends, but you can play in a public lobby if you don't have any. If you join a table without the maximum number of players though, you'll also get these bots, which are usually branded, but sometimes they have maybe literally leave the game. You can unlock revolver skins, emotes, and eventually chairs and kill effects. This game is a lot of fun if you just want a quick game with friends, or if you just want to play a better Breaking Point. The next game, and probably the coolest one on here, is Project Bending. I have absolutely no clue how this game isn't blown up yet, but it's pretty simple. It's a Battlegrounds game like TSB, but your moves are all based off of an element like earth or fire. You can do some really sick combos, have unique interactions with moves, and there's a lot of depth for the elements that are in the game so far. And after literally begging on your knees to talk to the shopkeeper, you can exchange money you get by killing people for kill effects and emotes. And at 10 kills, you can also unlock this dueling arena if you want a more streamlined fight. The game is in really early beta though, so the only elements available right now are earth, fire, and an incomplete water. But this game is still very enjoyable with just these 3 elements, because each kit has so much depth and they're all really fun to play. How the elements integrate into the environment is also really cool. Notice how the earth you use in your abilities is actually taken from the ground you're standing on? Like, here I got a full moss wall. Although this game is really early in development, it's extremely polished, and I highly recommend you try it out, even if you don't like Battlegrounds games. Next up is DL Nisa? Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway, this game is a free-for-all fighting game that is heavily inspired from Dying Light. And yes, that means there's drop kicking. And it feels amazing. The comical potential from just torpedoing your entire body into someone is just unmatched. With dropkicking, you can throw people off buildings, throw them into spike pits, or throw them into another dropkick, and another dropkick, and another dropkick until they don't have a body to kick anymore. And if you think that's fun, just wait for the next feature. Will your friend not get you the second beer you asked for? Simply press R to chuck your empty can directly at their head. You can throw literally anything you can hold, including shovels, knives, medkits, cans, and lead pipes. You can get all of these weapons from sand containers littered around the map. You can get around through ziplining, just like Dying Light, and if you need to dismount, you can roll to reduce the fall damage. This game shines on its ability to just be dumb fun. But due to this, if you have more than 4 people, I recommend to play with your friends in a private server, because sometimes the pubs get a little too sweaty. But besides that, I love this game and you should definitely check it out.
What was a medkit? What is wrong with it?
Our next one actually isn't really a game at all. Well, one that you can play at least. It's called Better Discovery, and it's a game entirely based on finding other good games. The front page of this game goes entirely off of ratings as opposed to players. This is so, as you can see here, there's no simulators or other brain-melting pieces of garbage that usually appear on the front page. Not only does it give you good suggestions, if you find something interesting, you can click on the game and it'll give you reviews written by other players. Just like Steam reviews, you can give them ratings, find them helpful, and even see the account of the user who posted it. There's actually a lot of games on here that I'd like to put on this video's list, but I couldn't make an entire section for. Games like Detriment, Zolo, In Plain Sight 2, and Lost Rooms are all games that can make this list, and it's so good to see that they're all here. The only downside of playing this game is you'll click on a game that looks so cool, and it'll have 0 active players. Unfortunately, I guess the player base would rather play skibbity defense than these games. There's also a lot of good single player games on here too, like a.wav or All Over Me. It's basically if Roblox was on par with the discovery page of Steam. Actually good games with honest reviews and almost no slop. Do you like Flee the Facility, but wish the gameplay was a bit more difficult and engaging? Well, this game is for you. Welcome to Fear and Awakening. It's your standard killer and survivor chase game like Dead by Daylight. However, there's a lot of unique quirks that make it much more enjoyable. The first thing I'll note is that the skill checks aren't just your standard tap the bar at the right time minigames. There's a couple different unique ones like this maze puzzle and this other grid one. Just like Dead by Daylight though, you can unlock unique skills and gears as the hunters and the hunted. You can get a perk that gives you quieter footsteps, or you can even buy flashbangs to throw at the killer. And as the killer, each round you get this awakening ability, which basically just makes you unstoppable, instantly breaking down doors along with giving you a speed boost and a sick soundtrack to accompany it. After each round, you'll also get your endgame stats and a final ranking that is displayed to the whole lobby to show how terrible or amazing you did that round. You also get money to buy hammers, death screams, and unique cryopods. Overall, this game is a really fun time, especially if you like Flee the Facility. And our last game on this list is Project Remix. Project Remix has been covered multiple times by many other people, so you may have heard of it already. But put simply, it's a class-based shooter, but instead of your standard guns or weapons, it's all classic Roblox items like the Black Sea Cola, the Linked Sword, Epic Sauce, and Flamingo's admin abuse weapon of choice, the General's 45. Are the default weapons not enough for you? Well, some weapons have up to 3 alternate versions of themselves that you can unlock by leveling up the weapon. Some of these modifiers are really cool and useful. Some of them are even needed if you want to unlock the full potential of the weapon. Not only can you choose weapons, but you can also choose a perk, 2 abilities, and a remix ability or ultimate. This much customization, along with a lot of options for each category, gives you a lot of freedom when building your ideal loadout. Each round, these guys will tally up your scores and give you an endgame recap with some other nonsense thrown in. After they stop yapping, you can go to the shop and grab weapon skins, character titles, and emotes. However, the best feature of this game isn't the weapons or the abilities, it's the fact that you can set your profile picture to any Roblox decal. This means that every time you kill someone, the decal ID you put in will be shown directly on their screen. You could put nothing or an image of your OC like some people do, but I think mine is probably the best use of this feature. The game has a lot of polish to it, and it plays really well, and it definitely stands out compared to other class-based shooters on and off this platform, and it's great. But I only have one warning for this game, and it's that the balancing has always and still needs work. There aren't too many overpowered loadouts and weapons, but there are definitely underpowered ones. Besides that, it's pretty peak. And that's all the games I have to show today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll try some of these out because they're pretty cool. If you watched this far, showing support goes a long way, so I'd appreciate liking or subscribing. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you soon.